Hello everybody, welcome back to a 101 Tool Basics video. Today's video we're going to be discussing the Sawzall, and this one is of course a Milwaukee, and I'll be explaining a few things about this particular Sawzall and maybe a few others as well. But let's get started. At my place of work I have a lot of opportunity to see people just grab tools and do the best they can, and not really getting the best out of the tool if they had a little bit more instruction. So that's kind of why I'm doing these videos, just to help you guys out. This tool here, in fact, it'll do the work for you, and many times I've seen people try to use this saw, like they'll turn it on and they'll start moving the saw back and forth like it's a handsaw. You don't need to do that. And there's another part of this saw I want to show you guys. This part right here is called the shoe, and it's very important that this shoe is always pressed against what you're cutting, because this braces it and it keeps the saw from moving back and forth on you. And it's also a good idea, like if you were cutting this piece of wood, to go ahead and secure the wood down either with your foot on top of it or something as you're sawing. That way it doesn't move up and down, and then you've got your shoe pressed against it, keeping it from moving up and down. This particular Milwaukee saw has, the way you change the blade on this is you turn it, this little dial right here in the middle, you turn it counterclockwise, and of course the blade just pulls right out. Some of these Sawzalls will have a lever on the side or something similar to this. I had one saw that had a little nub sticking out, and you would just push it right or left to release the blade. And I currently have a metal cutting blade. This has very fine teeth on it, but I'm about to use, because I'm going to cut this piece of wood down here, I'm about to use this one. So I'm going to change this out to the wood blade. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and notice I'm pushing this shoe all the way against it, and it keeps it from jumping up and down. Now if I didn't put the shoe up against it, it would be more like this. See? It's going to be harder to control the cut, and it's also going to take it longer to do the cut. If I do it right and I push the shoe down against it, then it gets a good cut every time. Now this saw is mainly used, lots of times I should say, in just renovation or demo work. If you need to cut out like a wall, like right here, you could just cut through it. If you need to get sheetrock out of the way, it does a great job. These things are good if you can cut a tree limb with it if you had to. But normally, if you need straight cuts like what I did on this board below, I would probably use a different saw. I'm going to go ahead and do a demo with a metal blade, and I'll cut some of this conduit I have laying here. This particular Sawzall does not have an adjustable shoe where you can push it out further and tighten it up. The reason they do that is you can see here the blade is starting to wear out in that first inch area, and so the rest of the blade pretty much goes untouched with smaller objects. Sometimes a shoehorn on some models, not this one, can be adjusted out to where you're getting more of the fresh blade on it to cut with. And so that's another feature that this particular model does not have. So this concludes my video on how to use the Sawzall. I hope what I was able to tell you helped you a little bit. I know you can just grab these things and just start cutting, but you may not get the full use of it if you don't kind of do what I suggested. So thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and comment down in the comments if you like, and tell me what kind of Sawzall you guys have, and if it works better, and if it has better benefits or better, easier ways to change the blades. I'd love to know about it. Thank you.